You're up.
Scott.
Hey.
How have you been?
Hey, real well. How are you?
Good.
Yeah, good to see you.
Welcome back to Porsche of the Village.
Thanks for having
Feels
me.
like it's been some time.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah.
Here's my business
Oh,
card.
appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
I know I gave you one last time, but
Yeah.
maybe for a family or a friend.
Sure, okay.
You might pass it on.
Yeah, excellent. No, thanks.
Are you thirsty? Could I offer you water?
No, I'm good. I've only got about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wish
So
I had more time. But,
no drive
yeah.
today.
Yeah, probably have about 10 minutes. But
All right.
I'll tell you, we're still in the market, obviously.
Good.
I think we're down to two. I think we're between this and the Q5.
Okay.
Drove it. You know, it's great. It's nice.
Yeah.
They made it appear kind of like that it's basically the same car under the skin. So I'm trying to kind of get over that price delta.
Okay.
So I'm hoping today. You know, I'm sorry I don't have a lot of time, but
Yeah.
can you show me the car? You know,
course.
tell me what I don't know.
Of course, I'd love to. Sure. Now, Audi's a great brand.
Yeah.
German brand.
Yeah.
Just like us.
Sure.
Might even call them cousins of ours.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Yeah, and we've had some epic race battles. They've been in racing for a long time,
Okay.
as we have.
Yeah.
There are some distinct differences, though, that
Okay.
I'd like to point out
Okay.
about Porsche as a brand,
Yep.
the Macan
Yeah.
as the model as compared to the Q5.
Great.
So some design elements. Actually, let me ask you some questions
Yeah.
maybe and get a feel
Sure.
for what you're thinking.
For sure.
What is it about the Macan that appeals to you?
It looks fantastic.
Yes.
It looks great. Always wanted a Porsche. Loved them since I was a kid. I have two neighbors who have one of these. A couple neighbors have a Cayenne, and
Okay.
they rave about them.
Yes.
Father-in-law has a 911. It's an amazing car. So
Okay.
kind of always wanted one. So I know it's a performer.
Yeah.
Looks great. You know. Seems like it's not like the huge SUVs that you
No.
see. You know, it's a little bit smaller, which I kind of like.
Very nimble.
yeah.
So if you take the look of the 911
Yeah.
and you look at the Macan, it
Yeah.
shares the same DNA.
Sure.
So all of our Porsche cars kind of share in the 911's a legend.
Okay.
All right. So the Macan is just a big 911.
Good.
It can do it all. Design elements that really set it apart.
Yeah.
The hood.
Yeah. Okay.
This is an overlapping hood. So there are no seams on the hood.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed that? So it all wraps around when you
Oh,
open it up.
okay.
So this presented huge challenges in production and manufacturing. This is the biggest piece of the Macan. And so if they mentioned that the Q5 was basically the same car, I would say just take a look at the hood,
Okay.
start
Yeah,
there.
that's cool.
Definitely not the same lines.
Yeah, you don't have the seat that comes down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives it a very broad, muscular
Yeah.
appearance. Yes. So another thing that would set it apart, there is a lot of options, as you can see on the Monroney here. The fact that Porsche offers so many different options makes each Macan like a snowflake.
Okay.
So the benefit to you then is when you're ready to trade in your Macan or sell it on the market, this one might be the only one that has these certain options.
Okay.
21-inch wheels.
Okay.
If I'll take you around the back and show you the rear hatch, there's something special you can do back there.
Okay, sure.
So the script back here.
Yeah.
Typically, our cars say Porsche, and then the model name,
Okay.
Macan, which is Indonesian for tiger. Of course,
Oh.
you knew that, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you just wanted it nice and clean,
Yeah.
you can take Macan off
Got
and
it.
just
Okay.
have Porsche. This
Okay.
one's painted in body color. So it's a very unique car. If you search for one exactly like this out there, you probably wouldn't find it.
Okay.
So the Q5, the Premium Plus, was that the one you were looking at?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sure.
Have,
So
like, the nav and heated seats and everything.
it has some limitations. You cannot get air suspension with the Premium Plus.
Okay.
So what Porsche does is it's a blank slate
Yeah.
with the Macan. If you've had a 911 and you like performance, or if you are an audiophile and you've heard Burmester stereos,
Yep. No, I've heard of them.
you can get it in the Macan.
Okay.
So you can opt for that. That could be your only option.
Do I need air suspension?
It's very nice to have.
Okay.
You don't need it.
Okay.
Our steel spring suspension is really awesome. The drive is set up for a rear drive bias, and there's actually a display that shows torque split.
Okay.
So you'll get 80% of the power to the rear wheels.
Oh, right.
And that's another unique thing about the Macan as opposed to the Q5 that you should know about. The 2018 Q5s,
Yeah.
the front wheel drive bias
Okay.
for efficiency.
Oh.
So
Well, rear
The
drive's more fun, isn't it?
it is. It's better balanced.
All right.
Yes. And it's not necessarily rear drive. It's active all-wheel drive.
Okay.
So it can send 100% of the power to the front wheels if need be, if it detects any slippage.
Okay.
So very versatile, very fun. What did you like about the Q5?
Well, I think it looks great. It's got that German luxury car feel, super techy on the inside, which was cool. They really kind of sold me on this Quattro, all-wheel drive system. So I wanted to hear kind of how those are different because they made it sound like that's really kind of the only all-wheel drive game in town.
Yeah, well, Quattro's been around for a long time, but they have changed it for 2018.
Okay.
So it is almost 100% front-wheel drive, and then the rear wheels kick in as needed.
Got it.
So, what didn't you like about the Q5?
I thought the interior, at that price point, the interior is, just okay. It was quick. It wasn't, super fast. I wish we could get it for cheaper. Just some of those things.
So price is a concern.
Yeah.
So
for
you're
sure.
looking Q5, the Macan seems to be.
Well, I'm willing to pay for whichever one I feel is worth it. But you always want to try to get it for cheaper if you can.
Sure, and that's the beauty of the Macan. You can build it any way you like.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, if you do a custom build, you can do a delivery experience in Atlanta, or in LA, or in Leipzig, in Germany.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So what happens
How
is
does
you
that
do your custom build.
Yeah.
I coordinate it with the delivery experience specialists here in Atlanta.
Wow.
And your car comes in, and you go down at no cost, pick it up, and you get time on the track, and they unveil your car to you.
Oh, wow.
Then you can drive it home or have it shipped home.
Very cool. Okay. All right.
Or you can just have it brought here to Cincinnati, and I can deliver it
Okay,
to you.
excellent. All right. So safety's big for us. So, they're both, sounds like they're on the same platform. Does that mean are they equally safe?
Well, they were on the same platform.
Okay.
Now with 2018, the Q5 is actually built in Mexico. We did share parts in 2015 when we brought the Macan out. We invested $680 million in the Leipzig plant for Macan production.
Wow.
So, people might think the Macan's just a built-up Q5. We did not take the Q5 and just re-engineer some things. There's $680 million. To put that in perspective, Porsche Cars North American headquarters was a $100 million investment.
Okay. Wow.
So it's a very important car to us.
Sure.
We feel like it's completely different than the Q5.
Okay.
We share parts like oil pans and things that don't affect performance.
Okay.
But anything on the Q5 that affected performance, we just redid it our way.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you mentioned safety.
Yeah.
We don't do crash tests.
Okay.
But based that it was on the same platform, and the Q5 performed really well. I don't have records to show that the Macan does really well, but you could assume that it would do well.
Well, how come there's no crash tests?
They just don't do them for the United States market.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, what am I missing? What else should I know about the car?
I should say that safety is not just about crashing and what happens after you crash, but I feel like the Macan has a lot of safety in the sense of ergonomics.
Okay.
Maybe I could have you sit in the driver's seat, point something out to you.
Great.
Watch that water there.
Oh, well, thanks. Oh, this is cool.
Yes. This is the black and red interior.
Okay.
We have 3 different iterations of this interior.
Okay.
So highly customizable. So what I was getting to, you have a cockpit-like feel. Mm-hmm. You don't sit in the car surrounds you.
I can feel that, yeah.
And if you just drop your right arm, your hand is going to fall where there's a group of buttons.
Yeah.
And so the sport button changes the mode, sport, and off. I have to say, no disrespect to the Q5, but there's a drive select button that once you push it, it's one button that does several things.
Yes. Yeah.
So you have to keep pressing it.
Okay.
And the display up there is not touchscreen.
Right.
So my dealership owns the Audi franchise, so I've driven the Q5, and I noticed that changing drive modes, my attention is elsewhere.
Yeah. You're saying this is a touchscreen?
That is a touchscreen display, yes. And so changing out of sport mode is a simple push of one button. If you want all of the air to flow to your feet, it's a push of one button. In the Q5, there's the flow of air. You have to keep pushing it over and over, and it cycles through the different modes. So you might be looking down for 3 seconds. Depends, how fast you're going. That could be pretty hazardous.
Good point.
So they might throw in this Audi pretense system that is alert and is watching for you, but is that because you're pressing a button 5 times to get what you want?
Yeah, good point. Good point.
So that's safety to me.
Yeah.
You've got your eyes on the road. I know that when I sit in the Macan, I feel like I'm in a driving position. It feels serious and ready for action. It's the Tiger.
Cool. I know I should probably get back to work here, but what else should I know?
You definitely have to come for a test drive.
Okay.
I have wonderful roads around the dealership here. I like to think I'm a pretty good driver. I could show you how it's done.
All right, I trust you.
And then you could take over and see what you think.
All right.
I've had quite a few customers that after one test drive are completely bought in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole different feel. You sit low. It's a sporty ride. It does it all.
Cool. I do like it.
Good. Well, we can build your own. Ideally, what I like to do with clients is have a custom build. You and I sit together. We do your ideal build, all the options that you like, hits your price point. We can look and see if that car is out there in the market, trade for it, or you can order it, have it delivered here, or pick it up in Atlanta and get some demo laps with Kyler. And
excellent.
It's pretty intense.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
All right, cool.
Nice
Thanks,
to
Rob.
see you again.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks a lot. All right, take care.
See you soon.
Yeah.